Hey, this is John Delony in part 3 of probably the greatest trilogy of all time. My 3-part interview with the one and only Mr. Anthony O'Neill. So we talked about what you learned about yourself. You have to go back and watch the other shows if you want to know the answer. That's like the teaser. Number 2, we talked about what are you going to do right now to carve your path on what the future is going to look like.
Right.
And here's number 3, is you work with millennials, you work with their parents, you've got 850 trillion followers on all of the socials, you're a church leader that's internationally known. What question would you have for somebody with a PhD in counseling?
A PhD, a doctorate in counseling.
I like to just put that out there.
Man, you know, one thing that I've learned about myself, and I'm hearing this from other singles as well, is that we are identifying that single people are selfish. With us being selfish.
Are you allowed to say that?
I mean, I'm gonna be real. It's your show. You said be real, right? So with us being selfish, is that a red flag for us? Is there something off in our brains that we should be fixing, moving forward?
Well, you said 2 heavy things.
Oh, shoot.
Thing number 1, I don't like equating people to machines. People are breaking down, or you need to let off some steam. Those are all references to factories, right?
Okay.
People are way more complicated than that.
Yeah.
And so when you tell me as a single person you're feeling selfish, what do I need to fix? I would say, well, A, where you want to go,
Okay.
and B, I don't think you're broken because you choose to focus on yourself. If you choose to not be lonely, then you're going to have to choose to be less selfish. You're going to have to shift your priorities, right? So going back to, have you been watching The Last Dance?
I have. MJ. Yeah.
So man, that got heavy, that last episode.
It
When he
did.
talked about, here's what the cost of being remembered forever is. And so I would ask you that. What's the cost of selfishness for you?
That's a good question.
You got a successful, you're killing it. You own a home. You got cars, plural. You got family that loves you. You got church. Like, what's the cost? What would you back out of that thing to say, I want someone else's perspective on my life. I want someone else to be in my home. I want to share what I'm gonna have for dinner with somebody else. I'm going to share where I'm going on vacation with somebody else. I want to share goals with somebody else.
You want me to answer that question?
You don't have to.
I was about to
It's
say,
your chicken.
I need some time to think on that one, brother. That was a deep question.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I ask a single person about selfishness, because I think selfishness can look like a million different things to a million different people. Like if I tell my wife, I want to have tacos tonight, am I being selfish or am I just putting my preferences out there? In our relationship, we've given each other permission to say what we want for dinner, right? So that's not selfish, right? If I throw a temper tantrum and say, we eating tacos or nobody's eating in my house, that's selfish. That's me acting like a baby.
Right.
So I'm not broken, I'm just acting like an idiot, right?
Gotcha.
And so I'd ask you, how is selfishness manifesting itself out in the world? See what I did? I just flipped the whole thing on you.
Why you got to flip it on me? It's your show. I get to ask you a question. Don't flip it on me.
That's superpower. So what does selfishness look like for you?
When it's all about me. One of the reasons why I'm still single, which is something I am working on, is I want to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, without explaining why I'm doing it and when I'm doing it.
So why are you going to work on that?
Because it's like, I can't do that being married. Are you married? Yes. Happily married? Yes. Got kids? Okay. You can't do that to your wife. Babe, I'm going for 2 weeks. Goodbye.
But I don't want those things that you just said. Like, I don't want to do things all by myself when I want to do them. Like, I like sharing that.
But yeah, I've been single for years.
Okay.
So I've established that inside of me as a single person.
Okay.
So I want to change. I want to get out of it so I can make room for a family.
Okay.
But I know that is something that I have to admit that I have to start working on now before God introduces me to my wife.
Should we tell you the secret about changing those type of behaviors?
Go for it. It's your show.
You gotta do them with other people.
Community.
You can't do them by yourself.
I love it.
And so, instead of waiting until all that stuff is fixed before you hope God will introduce somebody to you, since you're on the show, this is the big secret. This is the big reveal.
Oh, Lord.
Somebody out there, you see him. It's going to happen right now. It's good.
Hey, man, let's do it.
Yeah, the big secret is you change your heart and your mind and your behavior and your soul with other people. And so you won't be unselfish and then meet the right person. You'll meet the right person, and together, y'all will fuse.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. I like that.
Dude, I'm glad you were on my show. Thanks
I
for.
don't know how I feel about being on your show. I get kind of emotional, you know. On my show, we laugh and have a good time. On this show, I'm like, God, don't.
This is John Delony, my good friend Anthony O'Neill. Check him out on all the socials, and they'll be right there, or maybe over there. And check out the 2 articles below. Stay with us, and next time we'll be wearing different clothes. It's good to see you. Thank you for coming, man.
Hey, man, thanks for having me.
We have to.
Yes, sir.